Hello, I am Terry Blauvelt with the Missouri State Library. This presentation is an overview of the changes implemented in the 2015 Public Library Survey. We will cover the changes to existing questions, new questions added, questions that were removed, and questions that need to be reviewed. We'll begin with the question changes for 2015. Questions 2.26a and 2.26b were combined to form 2.26 weeks open during the year. This will create a more straightforward answer that will make it easier to figure. 306b will change to total volunteer hours per year. This will provide consistency with 3.06a, number of volunteers during the library fiscal year, and will create more reliable numbers. The capital revenue section heading has been updated to clarify what funding is included in capital revenue. The clarification reads as follows. Capital revenue must be designated as capital revenue for a specified capital project at the point it is collected. General revenue cannot be counted as capital revenue even if it is used for a capital expenditure. Capital revenue figures should not be included in any other section in this survey. The capital expenditures section heading was added and reads, funding for capital expenses can come from any source. Expenditures must qualify as a capital project listed above. Capital expenditure figures should not be included in any other section in this survey. As a reminder, most libraries will not have capital revenue and report 0 in questions 6.01 through 6.05. Question 7.24, number of print serial subscriptions, was moved to the physical materials section and renumbered as 7.08b. This was previously under the electronic materials and did not belong in this section. The definition for 7.26 number of library purchased electronic subscription has been updated to include Zinio in the definition. Please include Zinio collections in this account if you have not done so previously. 8.26c has been changed to shared catalog to show the method of receiving interlibrary loan requests through services like Missouri Evergreen, and the other option has been renumbered as 8.26d. Along with the changes, we have added a few new questions. Congressional districts will be added and pre-populated. Since the Missouri State Library will provide the data for this question, it will need to be reviewed at the library level, and if a change is needed, please notify me. Total outlet hours per year was added to make compliance with IMLS reporting easier. In prior years, a complex formula had been used from 6 questions in the PLS, and this method wasn't always accurate and often had to be figured by hand for the 385 plus library outlets in Missouri. Non-library held ebooks was added to address the change in definition for electronic books. For this year only, collections from eBrary, Freeding, and Hoopla will be counted in this question. The method of counting these materials is different from the other materials. The count will be established by the amount of circulation or usage on a 1-to-1 ratio. If you have a usage or circulation of 2,536 in your fiscal year, then you'll have 2,536 in your collection. You cannot count all that is available in these vendors' collections. The next element that was added was consortia-held downloadable video. This was largely added to accommodate the downloadable videos available in MoLib2Go, but all downloadable videos held by a consortia will go into this question. Perhaps the most exciting addition to this year's survey is virtual visits. Virtual visits will count the number of unique web sessions to a library's website. Statewide annual visits have been trending downward for several years due to the expanding opportunity to attain electronic library materials virtually. Counting virtual visits will likely require a program like Google Analytics. The program you choose will need to be able to filter out spiders and robots, determine unique visitors by IP address, and count the number of visitors by month. We realize that it may be technologically difficult for some libraries to count this element. If your library cannot count this data, please enter 0 and do not provide estimates. If you currently do not have the ability to attain this data point, be thinking of ways that this data can be collected, as this variable will only gain in importance over time. We have removed 3 data points that appeared in last year's survey. Question 2.16 TDD has been removed due to a very low response and the data was not used. Questions 2.18 A through C through 2.24 A through C, which covered the open, lunch, and close times for each branch, have been removed as they will no longer be used. The hours open by day of the week will remain. And finally, question 8.21, does the library have video conferencing capabilities, has been removed as that information is no longer used. Please look at questions 1.21 State Legislative Districts and 1.22 State Senate Districts. Make sure that these are correct and reflect the current districting established in 2012. These questions have been unlocked for changes. Also, make sure that all branches and bookmobiles are reported in the Outlet section. If you have any questions on the Public Library Survey, please contact Terry Blauvelt at 417-895-6670 or by email at terry.blauvelt@sos.mo.gov. Thank you.